Hi, it's Martha. In this video, I'm going to share some ideas on how to learn your basic subtraction facts. There are two ways that we're going to do this. One of them is called counting back, and the other is called thinking addition. Counting back is useful when you're subtracting a small number, like a 1, a 2, or a 3. As an example, suppose you start with 7 pennies in a bowl, and then you decide to take 3 of them out of the bowl. That is the 7 minus 3 subtraction problem. So what you're going to do is you're going to say 7 in a loud voice, 7, and then as you take the pennies out one at a time, you count back. 7, 6, 5, 4. There are 4 pennies after those are removed left in the bowl. This way of thinking about subtraction is called the takeaway thinking about subtraction. Subtraction can also be visualized on a number line. If you wanted to think about the 7 minus 3 problem on a number line, you would start at 7, and then instead of moving forward on the number line, as you did in addition, you would move backwards. You would move to the left, and you would count 7, 6, 5, 4. The answer to 7 minus 3 is 4. Thinking addition and being able to partition or break apart a number is a very important idea. So when we were talking about addition, we were combining objects. And for subtraction, we are taking objects away. And on the number line, for addition, we were moving forward on the number line. And for subtraction, we're moving backwards on the number line. So certainly there has to be a connection between addition and subtraction. To make the connection between addition and subtraction, it's helpful to be able to take a number and break it apart. For example, we're going to consider the number 13. And one of the ways of breaking it apart into two pieces that when added together would give you 13 would be to break the 13 into a 6 and a 7, because surely 13 is 6 plus 7, and the two related subtraction facts are 13 minus 6 is 7, and 13 minus 7 is 6. Of course, this way of breaking 13 apart into a 6 and a 7 is not the only way you could think of two numbers that add up to 13. There are lots of other ways we could have broken the number up. So before we leave this picture, 13 is going to be referred to as the whole, and 6 and 7 are going to be thought of as the part, or called the part. And this little picture we have, math people call that a number bond. 13 is bonded by the numbers 6 and 7. So as I mentioned, the 6-7 combination is just one of the ways to partition 13 into two parts. There are lots of other combinations. So one of the things you should practice is you should pick a number as a whole. Like I picked 13. And then start listing all of the different ways you could break 13 into two parts. And there's 6 of them. There are 6 different ways. So you could pick another number. You could pick 14 and start listing all of the different ways you could break 14 into two parts. So this is the other way of thinking about subtraction, turning it into an addition problem. We saw in another video that the numbers 5, 7, and 12 are a family. They go together because 5 plus 7 is 12 and 7 plus 5 is 12. And look at the triangle. It also, buried inside that triangle, are two subtraction problems. The subtraction problem, one of the subtraction problems is that 12 minus 5 is 7, and the other subtraction problem is that 12 minus 7 is 5. So I think you should give yourself a little practice. This would be an activity I would suggest to help you remember the basic adding and subtraction facts. There are a lot of facts that you need to remember, so we have to kind of group them together to make it easier. So you make up your own addition problem. You put two numbers in these spots, add them together to get a whole, and then you take that whole and you break it into two parts based on the addition problem that you made up. The next step would be how to add and subtract big numbers. But first we have to be clear about what makes one number bigger than another. The number in this picture has 3 digits, but it's not just the number of digits a number has that determines how big it is. It's where the digits appear in the number that is also very important. Where is the 3? Where is the 1? Where is this one? That is the big idea behind place value. So goodbye for now. Saying goodbye. It's Martha. See you soon.